mother has suggested to me to become a citizen. Okay, she works for an organization of the United
First
States.
or second class accent. Because if you become a second class citizen as a Jamaican, you're safe. If you become a first class citizen, like most of the people in this country, they fall up under Jim Crow law, which is a traveling minstrel, which makes you a clown.
What I can understand was
Look it up.
I didn't want to give up my citizenship, but she was telling me that she just went home last week, and a lot of people that went down for vacation for Calypso, when they came back here, they sent it back. They sent everybody back.
That has nothing to do with the citizenship. It has to do with two things. A, the prime minister of your country died. The country is still being organized by the American government. One. Then America, I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago, in New York, said all people who don't have green cards come in and they'll issue them green cards. And hundreds of thousands of people came and they issued 1,000 green cards and they sent everybody else home. This is the new policy. I told you all this was going to happen. They're going to try to send everybody from the Caribbean, everybody from Africa, everybody from Puerto Rico. They're trying to get everybody out of here because America is in a civil war and they don't need us aligning ourselves. They don't need us finding sides to side with, like in the Confederate War. A lot of people praise the Buffalo Soldiers. The Buffalo Soldiers betrayed us. They would use the Buffalo Soldiers to hunt out Native Americans and kill them. They created a special bullet that was used for killing only 2 groups of people. The Fuzzy Wuzzies in Sudan with the Gatling gun with a 45-70 ago. A 45-70 bullet, and the only other people that use that bullet on is Native Americans in the country. Us twice. Follow? So they're trying to get people to leave the country now.
Do I have a choice when I go to talk my citizenship when it's the first class and second class?
Yeah. When you say nationality more, I don't fall under the 13th and 14th Amendment because I'm not a slave. I came from Jamaica here. You can't. When you go, or when you people from the Caribbean come here and you go down and apply for your papers here, they put you on the first class citizen. They make you a slave and you never was. And not a slave to these people here, they call it. You know what I'm saying? You got to say second class citizen. I don't fall under the 13th and 14th Amendment. My nationality is Jamaican. I'm a Moor. And they just go. They look up at you first to see if whether they can wrestle with the point. They see you mean it. They know by law it's in the law. They go, okay. If you have a baby in the hospital right now, and the doctor says, what do you want to name the baby? You say, I want to name the baby Min Hathor-L. Oh, by the way, put more for nationality. They go, they'll look up. Do it. They'll look up and they'll go, okay.
When I have to say that,
You say more, the nationality of my child is a Moor, M-O-O-R. Don't put M-U-U-R, because they'll say, Father, you speak French? You say, no, that's okay. You do though. But most people don't, and they would, you know what I'm saying? You'd be in trouble, believe me. Yeah.
My grandmother's father is full-blooded Native American, and my father's mother is full-blooded Native American. They're from Montgomery, Alabama. You know?
That's Alibaba tribe, yes. That's Alibaba. That's called Alabama's Alibaba.
Okay.
That was the Ali name of the Moors. That could be Alabama could be a number of different tribes. A whole lot of them.
My grandmother was Asian eyes.
What is Asian eyes?
Okay.
No, I'm not telling you first. He starts this crap and says Orientals have slanted eyes. And you can go to Africa and find slanted eyes. You can go to Puerto Rico and find slanted eyes. It has nothing to do with the slant of the eye. It has to do with the lid of the eye. You follow what I'm saying? So whenever people put misinformation out, your job is to say, excuse me, correct that. You know, like me, you're not going to be liked for it. But you make up your mind whether you're going to be liked or told to tell the truth. You're always going to find somebody going to this. I've made just like I'll stop to you. I'm just like my baby. Why? Because I'm on the point. I just stay on facts. And people want to live in fiction. I ain't no fiction with you. So if she lacks lids, she's probably from any of the tribes out of Mexico that moved upwards. If I'm saying all Mac and some in the Hispanic tribe. So it's not hard to find out. But you don't have to find out exactly what tribe you are. You have to realize that all of the tribes are Washita Moors. You don't find you have to Cherokee. Cherokee falls under the umbrella of Washita Moor. He said, I'm a Washita Moor. And that gives you your rights because that is on document. That's what you got to understand. When you take that piece of paper, you feel that, and you study it, you see what I'm really saying in that paper. When you sign and get notified, you say, I make my own decisions. On my life, that's me. And then you tell them, you start dictating. I don't call them yet. You don't want to tell them, I'm not going to pay you no tax. Now you got your books together. But they will definitely come in and change the order of your book. Yes, brother.
About those people who owe taxes to their credit.
Say again.
About the people who owe taxes.
Back taxes?
Right.
Once you finally get your records there, you want to buy it, in fact, they'll owe you. But the thing is, you don't want it. I don't want you to pay me. I don't want you to give me no restitution. Watch that word restitution. I don't want you to pay. You can't pay me for what you did to me. Not on some type of toy or machine. You're going to give me a couple dollars a day. I messed over you over 400 years, so here's a couple dollars for it. No. You can't pay me for what you did. You know what I'm saying? Them Jews accepted retribution for what they deserve to be abused, but accepting that they're going to abuse me, rape my women, kill my people, take away my Native American identity, take away my land, my language, my culture, experiment on me in Tuskegee. You know what I'm saying? I don't get fair trials in court, I don't get equal opportunity, I don't get nothing. And then you're going to tell me 40 acres and a mule? First of all, if we all demanded 40 acres and a mule, they would have to get off the doggone country. 40 acres and a mule? If I stand up and say black, oh, racist. I'm racist. If I say I'm black, I'm racist. If I'm black and proud, I'm a racist. You know what I'm saying? I got to look at white presidents, white Jesuses, white everything. And the moment I get smacked, they to me, how about a black Jesus? That's racist. You just divide us against each other. I remember when the Koreans first came into the country, they were trying to stir stuff in the black neighborhoods between the blacks and the Koreans because we were getting along. And they didn't think that was going to happen. Then they brought the Vietnamese in, and they thought that was going to get us mad. They're coming to take our jobs. We don't do that. We don't do it. They're coming to take our jobs. We don't do that stuff. Because we learn we can work together as a family. Because we need each other. You're the only one that can't survive without us. Because we are people of the sun. The sun loves us. When we talk about the Orient, we're talking about the rising sun. People of the sun. We work well with the sun. It doesn't give us skin cancer. When you fools, they say it's a sunny day, don't go to the beach. Any of y'all don't go to the beach, you need to be slapped upside the head. When did he ever care about you to give you a warning? He don't care whether you go out and catch cancer. He don't want to catch cancer. What me and you got to watch out for is sugar diabetes. Because he gives us bad food. That's what we got to watch out for. We got to watch out for aneurysm. Because he stressed us out. Because we're overworked. Because we're frustrated. Because we can't get things clear in our minds. Because you got us believing so much crap, so much fiction. And then you get mad when I say to you, tell me where is God? Oh, you must be some kind of blasphemy devil. Why? Because I want to know, after 400 years, you pumping me up with God. I got the point where I said, listen, I'm 52 years old. I was a Muslim most of my life. And it wasn't no alarm. It was a spook story. You know what I'm saying? I heard people say Quran was a law, nigga died. I heard people say Crown Testament was a law, nigga died. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing to me. I want to know where God is before I die. I want to know when we meet before I'm going to wait to die, then meet God, then find out I ain't there. And then if I start asking this simple question while in church, I become some kind of heathen, some kind of demon, just because I want to know what's going to happen. Is there such thing as life after death? And if there isn't, just tell us. And we'll go on and we'll do something else. One is for sure, there's life before death with the sun. Because if there was no sun, we'd all be dead. There was no moon in the sky, we all would be dead. There was no nature, Mother Nature, we all would be dead. So when I turn back and say, well, excuse me, mister, I'm tired of looking down the path for some Jesus to come off a cross who didn't come off the cross that day and save some kids. Muslims were all the Muslims got burned up on Mount Ararat and Allah didn't come help them. I ain't seen God help nobody in my whole life except in personal situations where friends of mine said, I get the number, thank God. But while we're sitting there talking and talk crap, with children dying, there's racist. bombs and innocent people dying all over the world. And you're going to try to tell me this is a caring God? Then I say, well, let me talk to him. Because you say, Reverend, you talk to him. First you go in the mouth, I'll talk to God. Real God, I want to talk to him. I want to ask him some questions about this condition we in. How is it going to get out of this earth going to get better? Something I've been walking on this earth for 52 years. It ain't getting no better. And I'm looking at young men here who got the next 10 to 15 years of making in this world. And if they don't do something about it right now, they don't get that helping hand right here at the end of their arm and get up over there and make some stuff happen, you're going to be like us, thinking something's going to happen. Islam told us to look for you guys, there must be Allah he was, but so when that help comes, that help's going to come. I realized my great-grandfather said that. My great-great-great-grandfather. We go all the way back to the day after Jesus died. They were still waiting for some salvation. With that wish and with that hope, we don't need nothing better. We sit around in religious groups and we all pull up on the side and we the Ansars, we all right. They all on the other side there, we the Nation of Islam, we all right. Over in the Morrison, that's the con. That's the biggest con. Get that nigga up their head and stand upside his head. When all the leaders can't come to a room together, you want to know why. Everybody was telling me, Doc, how come you and Farrakhan don't get together? It ain't because I didn't try. Right. Everybody I meet from some other religion will talk about me when I leave, when I walk away, but they won't talk to me when I'm facing them. And I made myself available for 25 years. Right. So Dan said I'll meet with anybody, talk to anybody, debate with anybody, whether it's in Arabic or Hebrew or Aramaic. If you want to go through the scriptures, if you want to deal with the facts, I'll talk to you. They don't want to do it. I told the Bible says I studied your so-called 1 to 20. I studied them backwards and forwards. You understand now what? You want to talk about it? You want to deal with the facts of it, or you just want to you just want to look good for the girl? If it was a girl saying, I remember, we have clubs. We had clubs, we talked to the man. We had clubs, you know, weddings and letters and stuff on them, and we walked through neighborhoods doing our thing, it was all about girls. We had a singing group, we did a little do-wopping, just to sing for girls. We get on that basketball court, you start showing off, just for girls. Sometimes you do roller skating ring, can't do one twist, got to try to go for 4 twists. Just for the girls. Bust your butt, get up, just for the girls. Just then join gangs and start killing and shooting each other. Just for the girls. But what is that doing for us as a people? Imagine the army that we would have, all those gangs, put their efforts together against people that are trying to hurt us. And not against each other. See why they're concerned with altering this gang from? They're afraid that one day you might say, Crips, blood. What's up, nickname and shit? We got common enemy right here. Let's defend our neighborhood against the incoming drug dealers. They're afraid of that. We might be sitting on them suits, loaded up. You know what I'm saying? I know that Cadillac. You want to run up on that Cadillac and put that gun in there and all. You know what I'm saying? They think, don't come back in our neighborhood with your crack. You got it? Take it over what we gave it to you. You got it? They're afraid of that. They know that can happen. They know that when the police run in your house, he might not come out being afraid. They know that can happen. When they walk up to you at the car, they sneak all down the side of the car like this. You know why? But they know what the young generation is doing. My generation was punking out. They go, get out of the car, lay on the floor, and they put on arms and go, get the floor. We was a little scared. You knew you young boys, go like, come on with it. Come back though, because you blow, you're going to get this. They know how you feel. They know the blood of warriors of our ancestors moving in. They don't know what to do about it. So they're giving you all music contracts. Giving the girl Foxy Brown and the prostitution. They created an atmosphere that took out 2,050 folks. You know what they did though? They didn't tell you about the other 15 other rap group niggas that died within the same month. They only tell you about 2 of them. Oh yeah? Do some research. Find out about it. Do some research and find all the names. His dad is with us. He gives me all that information. He said, man, they talking about Biggie Smalls and so 15 other young groups got shot up in between, in the turmoil. Why? Because that fear might cause them to unite. And when they want to unite, they have to do some of that energy. You understand? You got to somewhere to put that energy. Man gave you all this hype and giving you this music contract and getting you out there and getting you in that world, you get powerful. You follow? And then when he says shut up, he says, it's different. I'm not dark. I mean, I use our language late. You know what I'm saying? He said, get out the car. You said, why? But I said so. Not good enough reason. You know what I'm saying? He might get blown away. He knows that. And he don't have that kind of heart. He only has heart when he comes at us in groups. And the two of us. Then he'll come and kicking and punching and hitting. Or they run into a party and the right to them. And anybody can do it. They tell the black cop, you go on in. I'm going to go call and get some backup. This is real. All this is a part of our waking up, believe it or not. We may not like hip-hop. You know, some people, I don't like hip-hop. We may like this, but all of these are stages of us waking up as people. This is all going for our own stuff. Waking away and become conscious of ourselves. Developing our own culture. Things pertain to us. Now, the deal is he welcome? Yeah, you can come in. We're not like you. You can come to my party. You understand what I'm saying? You're welcome to come where we're doing things. Don't look at it like, I'm not going to become the devil to make you happy now. Because if I start dogging you, then I become the devil. I ain't going for that game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to dog you. I'm going to kill you with kindness. I'm going to show you what a God is supposed to be. God ain't no demon. Some walk up to Amorites and slap them. At times I wish I would have. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to hurt some of them when I see the stuff they do. But my God even says that, and I become the devil. You understand what I'm saying? But now if he comes and crosses the path and starts doing dumb shit, right? Then he's his own Sabbath. Bottom line, and that is the fear. The fear is on an intellectual level, so the intellectual consciousness, and on a physical level, physical awareness. Intellectual consciousness and physical awareness. You know what happens when you get those two together? You get back religion. You get back to station. You get back leader. I'm your leader. I'm your brother. Any nigga trying to be your leader, then leader probably my leader, nigga, he's my brother. If I want your brother, he's not your leader. If you want to be your leader, you want to know where he's leading. You want to know where he's taking me right now. If I get a taxi cab, I ask him, where you going? Where you going? I want to go to such and such and such. That's what the leader does. He's driving. But don't tell me you're my leader, you ain't got no direction. So we don't need no leaders no more. We need to get our stuff together. That's not a leader. Don't adopt your life. I ain't your leader. I'm your brother. I'm in the struggle with you. I'm trying to make this thing happen the best way I can and get as much information on the yard. The WAPO is awesome. Right now, it makes people mad is so powerful. Why? Because it deals with facts. That's what people don't like when they talk to you people. They get mad because they're Christians and they want to deal with mythology. And when you start saying, show me that in the Bible, we don't want to. Show me that in the Bible. You people say, show me that in the Bible. Show me talking on that God show. Show me all read that. Well, King James, is he a Hebrew? No, why you go bother Hebrew about it? I can't read Hebrew. Well, how you going to help me and you read a translation of the menu? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's in the food. That's all. Y'all going out there with that right knowledge. And our family, our nation, WAPO, is growing so fast you would not believe. I'm talking on a world scale. I'm not talking about just in America. We send delegates out across the country. They leave me on their own. I got to take this brothers to election all across the country is back. Popping right knowledge. And kicking too. I'm saying kicking. They got the right knowledge is back. So it's simple. So they ain't got to get the phone today. And we just see. Then I get that one day, we just believe. And what? In God. Where is it? Up there. It's like, up there where? I don't know. I thought it's up to you, but up to me and up to Elijah One is different. That means taller than me. He's looking down at me at all times. So what are you talking about? When you get like that, people get mad. But then when you tell them, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll start with you asking me questions about anything, as long as I can ask you a question. And if If you expect me to give you an answer, I expect you to give me one. I don't want you to get mad at me. I want to ask you a question. So, when you go to that Bible, I say, this what you based it on? Prove this first. Damn the Jesus story. Damn the Moses story. All that stuff. First, prove this book is real. They haven't done that. They got to argue about the content of the book before they confirm the book. Prove to me the book is real. Show me some evidence that the Bible is real and that the stories are real. There are none. There's no archaeological proof. You don't have none. So give it up. Let's go. In the first place you start, if you start with practical thinking. What is our first problem? Our first problem is where are we going to sleep? What are we going to eat? These are real. I'm saying our bills, our children, this is what's important. Everything else comes later. I have time with God if I'm sitting back and my bills are paid and I got some food on the table, my children are getting, probably everybody's healthy. I will stand on and be thankful to God. I won't even need to see him if everything is okay. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sure that he's the one making sure everything is okay. But if I'm making sure everything is okay, hell, I don't need him. That's just on my own then. And if you're going out getting a job, brother, and you out there working your fingers to the bone, and you bringing on that check, and you and your wife is counting that child, no paying because you're doing all right. If God's doing that as you, don't be saying, no, thank God I'm making it. Because you stop working tomorrow, God will be less in that case. Niggas be doing good and thanking God and get laid off and then blame the devil. 10 niggas in a car accident, 10 niggas in a car accident, 3 died. Right? And 7 live, and 7 live saying, thank God, forgot all about the 3 that died. Yeah. Nigga on critical list dying in the hospital, the family comes to the hospital and say, oh God, save my father or save my uncle. Nigga get better. They say, thank you God, God is the one that caused the initial accident, fool. But everything is controlled by God, according to your belief. Simple thing is going to break the spell. Simple fact is going to break the spell. And it's based on the big Q. Question people. Don't let nobody stare in front of you like a regular. Excuse me, I don't want to be rude, Brother Farrakhan, but you've been speaking for about 3 hours. You can say today, I love you, you're doing great things. And we're that person. I mean, and FOI ready to beat you up. That's all. I just want to ask you a question, man. You know, you speak Arabic for one and you're Muslim, no. So, you put the Quran away. You don't know if that's what it says. It was translated. Was it translated by one of your fathers? No. Was it translated by Uncle Elijah Muhammad? No. Was it translated by Master Prophet Muhammad? No. So it ain't your Quran. Would you please put it away until you produce your Quran? It's real. It's not. What I'm telling you, that Quran is, I translated this Quran for us. As Sunni Muslims say, your brother don't have the right to translate the Quran. Say, excuse me, you didn't hear what he said. He said, translate his Quran for us. It's not for you, Arabs. It's not for us. Ours. All these years, all the teaching us the Quran, you didn't give us our Quran, you lied. You didn't tell us Adam created black mud, you said swampy long. Don't be small. You know, words we don't use. I'm not supposed to understand. So now I show you right here, Adam created black mud. What's your answer? You know, they say you don't have the right to translate the Quran. I got the right to do it. They must be on some kind of trip. I got the right to do anything that I can get away with. That's the real thing. That's not anything I want to do. There's a whole lot of stuff I'd like to do I can't get away with. I got the right to do anything I can get away with. You understand? And I got away with translating the Quran for my people and it's busting up your face. That's all. Now you can't deal with it. Right. The brothers and sisters now, when they go to your mosque, they don't have to come in and depend on some Pakistani and his opinion. They got to go on and that. No, I'm asking you. The word, so that we got every other word we can see it. The word, something that, where do you get that from? That's his opinion. And what was yours? What was Yusuf Ali's? Yusuf Ali's was his opinion, but you wasn't there when he was translating, so you don't know. What was Victor's? What was mine? So now we got a brother giving us an opinion for us, and it's wrong. We're supposed to take a Pakistani opinion. Yeah, man, that's right. That's back, you know. Talk to me, question. Where in the back? Okay, yeah, there, no. Yeah, go ahead. And that brother in the white hat.
How can we utilize the power of the mound out there?
You must be more conscious. Yes, sir. All right, you don't know what that. What they did is they put CMs on so they can knock off Noble Ali. Remember, Faye was merely his translator and friend. So what the game is, they will give attention. You know what I'm talking about. This devil's so deep. He'll give so much attention to Farrakhan that you'll forget there was Elijah Muhammad. They give CM Bay so much attention so you forget there was a prophet Noble Ali. That is the game. You understand how they work? That's why. If you go on the back of this dollar bill, I'll show you right now. First of all, the man on the cover of the dollar, front of the dollar bill, the $1 bill, George Washington is wearing an Egyptian headdress. Now pop a dollar out your pocket and take a look at it's called a namus in ancient Egypt. Their hairstyle they wear is what's called a party of the wig. And all the judges and all that, you see that going to the last time, right? They wear the wig. You see the wig? You see what he has on his face? Now, they can think back with me. They can think your way back to Egypt and see the Sphinx. Look back and see the Sphinx. You see what I'm saying? You're looking at the Sphinx's face when you look at George Washington. You can actually morph it over on top of it and see the hairstyle. He's trying to look like the Sphinx because they got their power under the sign of Leo. The Zodiac constitutional laws teach you about the principles and the signs of Leo. The fifth power. That's why they say fifth. The man don't use force to make up a whole. He uses fifth. Why? He doesn't use one, he uses seconds. He tells you there's 60 seconds in a minute. Shouldn't it be 61st in a minute? The reason why there's seconds is because everything is dealing in twos to him. He's dealing in twos because there's two seals on the back of this dollar bill. Y'all, there's their seal and there's our seal. But what they did is they hid a mystery in our field. I'm going to show you it. Keep your eyes on that $1 bill.
Break it down.
When you look at our field, you see a circle. You with it? 360 degrees. 5 into 360 is 72. 9. Our number, zodiac. Ready? You have a pyramid. Top the moon. You see that part? And then you have a small pyramid like this, with an eye on it. Reverse this pyramid. You got it? And what do you get? With the eye in it. If you think you missed the other part, which is the crescent on our fest, look beneath it and you'll see the wreath. The original symbol of the ancient mystic Moor was an upright crescent and a six-pointed star. The 5-pointed star represented 5 principles that we lived under. What are they? Freedom. And the devil, we put that on his symbol, and we inverted the crescent. And unbeknown to most who don't know much about the shrine, that's not supposed to be a moon. It's supposed to be a what? A claw. A claw, a lion's teeth, the Bengal tooth tiger. And they put Khufu's face right here. You with me? And beneath it, they put the 5-pointed star, which represents a pentagram. With me? Which goes back to Ra, back to the ram. They make you think the ram is negative, but the deity Ra is a ram in ancient Egypt and represents a 5-pointed star. But when they show you the face of Mendez, they don't just give you a 5-pointed star. They give you an inverted 5-pointed star. I can't draw well. But then they add a torch up here, which gives you the 6 points, the devil's number, equality, as they say. You with me?
Yes.
They have changed things. The pentagram represents the 5 principles that we, as Moors, gave them when we initiated them into our sweat lodges as Native Americans. George E. Washington was not initiated first into the Masonic Lodge like they show you. They have a statue in the New York Lodge, I've seen it. No, he was initiated under Alhambra. Alhambra is under the Knights of Columbus. Talk to me. What was Columbus? Was Columbus a Presbyterian, a Baptist, or a Catholic? The Catholics are not Freemasons. They are Knights of Columbus. Brothers and sisters got little bits of the truth. But the nation of Moors got to rise now. And we got to get the whole truth or nothing but it. Regardless how much it hurt our feelings, because we like being black Muslims, or we like being Ansar, or we like being Hebrew Israelites, or we like this, we like a whole lot of things, but we are Morenos. Oh, hey. We had empires. This country is our country. This is Egypt of the West. Plato talks about this Atlantis. And our brothers and sisters from the Far East are Maxim, from the southern part of this country. And we live quite well together. And we didn't bet on the gold. We bet on the grain. We bet on the corn. We exchanged food, not minerals. We wore minerals. You with me? Our ancient symbols. And then we had a mystical society. It meant on 40 degrees. That's why the Quran, Muhammad said, you're not grown until you are. Moses got his revelation when he was. Muhammad started his mission when he was. You have to get 40 degrees. Not 33 degrees. Not 32 degrees. Don't fall for that freezing. That's another game. In order for you to do that, you got to take out this 5 points and put back in the 6 point in the inverted crescent, representing the teeth of the Bengal tiger. But when you add the sword, y'all, you don't put on top the sword of whom? Of Muhammad, the Turk of Ottoman Empire, who was in the Crusades. That's the wrong sword. We gave them that sword. Our sword was the sword of Ali. Ali, which comes from Most High. Another name for Anu. And the 2 pillars that they call Boaz and Joktan represented Hassan and Hussein. And the Grand Master was Ali. The name meaning the Most High. This is the way our lodges were set up when we initiated them into our science. And we named each one of the principles of the 5 P's by different tribes. First we had Ali on the top. Then we had Eel. Then we had Al. Then we had Bay. And then we had Day. And we had a secret code that we would say to each other. We would say, guard your genes at bay. Guard your genes at bay, or else one day you will all be aliens. Now the mystic code that the Moors kept amongst themselves in the sacred order, they now can be opened up. The seals are broken. They're no longer anymore kept secret. But all that is kept secret is kept sacred. That's what Prophet Noble Ali was trying to talk about. And there wouldn't be no Elijah Muhammad if there wasn't no Noble Ali. Right. There wouldn't have been no Master Farad, Ford, Pickle, whatever other name you want to call that white boy. He came out to the temple in Jersey, the Canaanite temple, trying to mix in with us. And when Noble Ali identified us with the Canaanite temple, he was talking about the son Hanus. He mentions the 11th son, Hamid, in his Quran. He wasn't talking about the other tribes. When he identifies us as a Moabite, that doesn't mean that's all we were. He knew that Abraham was standing on a mountain talking to Lot about a lot of land. Y'all listen now. It's all symbolism. He knew that Abraham was talking to Lot and decided which lot of land do you want. And Lot chose to go amongst the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. Right? And Abraham went to get him before the elders would destroy the city. Not because they were homosexuals, but because the scripture says they were wicked. Had nothing to do with homosexuality. That's something Christian churches use so they can go fag back. It just says they were wicked. That's what the scripture says. If you want to add in homosexuality, the word Sodom does not mean homosexuality. They made that up too. But that's okay. That's the game they play. That's where they work. He gave them a choice. The same choice given to Solomon. Wealth or wisdom. Abraham said to Lot, wealth or wisdom. Lot looked at the fruitful land and said, wealth, and took himself to hell. And Abraham had to go down and reach down. He had to reach down in the filth and muck and mire of Sodom and raise Lot. You understand? And raise Lot out of that filth. And say, you were born 3 times now. Not one. You with me? Yes. But Noble Drawley was talking about the Moabites. He was not trying to make you think you was a Moabite of a tribe. This kind of dialogue started after he died by people who didn't understand what he was doing when he was doing this. Or think they do, or thought they do, or feel they do, or wish they do. Truth is true. He pulled them out of the filth. And then Melchizedek met him and blessed him and introduced him to Elyon, the Most High God, Genesis chapter 16 says. He took him higher. To get up off your face, Abraham, and start worshiping the stars. No more you worship the ground. You with me? So now Lot, in that evil, in that mixed up of wickedness, he had sex with his daughters. Men came to the door. Men had asked for some men inside the house. They didn't say so we could have sex with them. That is not what the Bible says. It says ara, so we could get to know them. Because we see you run out and prostrate them. Who are they? They must be gods. Back then they wanted gods amongst them, or wise men amongst them, to bless their crops, to guarantee safety and health in their land. It wasn't about sex. That's somebody's sickness that they want to put in the Bible. Their own perversion. Nowhere in that Bible does it say that these men outside want to have sex with the angels. It says right there, Ara, I want to know them. I want to know them. You know them. And I show you in my Torah and translation various other places where that same word is used. They got nothing to do with homosexuality. Just 2 people said, I want to get to know you. You follow? But Lot said, before I let y'all take these angels out there and harm them with your wicked selves, I'll give you my 2 virgin daughters. That's regards he had to these great men. What? Anyway, the promise was broken because the promise said, if I find one righteous person, I'll spare the city. Lot was there. He was supposed to be righteous, and the city got destroyed. So the promise was broken. Lot went out, had sex with his 2 daughters, and one of the children's name is Mim, or in Hebrew, Mo, Ag. Sometimes they add a U in the middle there. Moab. Mo, Ag. The word Mo in Hebrew is of or from as my father. The name Moab just means of my own father. He had another son, Ben-Ami. But the tribe we're dealing with here is Moab, of his own father. He would not be trying to direct you down a path through the world of righteousness in Islamism and tell people that you are a Moabite conceived out of obvious incest. You know what I'm saying? He would not want you to go against the world saying we're Moabites, meaning we're incestuous. We're Canaanites, meaning that in Leviticus chapter 14 we have a curse of leprosy. Or that God took our land and gave it to the Israelites. The same God that we as Moabites would be worshiping, the same God that we as Canaanites would be worshiping, took our land and gave it to the Israelites. You obviously are misunderstanding the story. You know what I'm saying? That's not what was meant by those stories. The Bible is nothing but a plagiarized book of the Edomite Elish, the ancient Sumerian tablets, put together by Tammuz. The New Testament, like the brother said, is no more than a play written by Joseph Slater's Tiso. And you are betting your soul on a play and a copy of someone else's book. Nebuchadnezzar is no more than Nebu. Never again. Nebu. That's Nubia again. Nebuchadnezzar. The Babylonian king, that was you, Sumerian. They make him a bad man in the Bible, but he had visions and dreams. He lived the same life as Joseph. Daniel comes in and he raises Daniel because Daniel interprets his dreams. And he makes Daniel a chief in Babylon. Isn't that the same story of Joseph in Egypt? They plagiarize and copy stories. And you're betting your life on Bible. And betting your life on Quran. Muslims yell all day, no racism in Quran. No racism in Quran. That is racism. The family of Ali Imran Yusufa, Ali Amrata, is raised above other nations. In the 3rd chapter of the Quran. That is racism. Muslims are racist. Now you want the story of Muslims or you want the story of Muslims? You want the true story of Muslims? It goes back again to Ali. Ali had a wife. Her name was Fatima. She was the daughter of the real Prophet Muhammad. The nappy-haired one. The dark-skinned guy. You understand that? But the people from the